Hello and welcome to part 7 of the agency driver series, where I'm test driving each of the different makes or models of trucks currently available in the game. And today's truck is the iveco strallis. It's got 360 horsepower and it has a 12-speed gearbox, and check my wheel and things are set up there right for this. Today's journey is from Hanover to Kiel, and I'll just bring up the map so you can get some rough idea of the route that I'll be taking today. Now this series is where I start in the city where I ended the episode with a previous truck I used. Today's journey will be 178 miles, and I will tell you some things about the truck, what options are available, and give my opinion on them. Now, the series found a neutral opinion of the trucks, and now I do have a little bit of things here on the iveco company, so I'll try and put some of those facts in for you as well. With some companies it's a bit more difficult to find the information than others out. So anyway, without further ado, we shall get going.
Okay, here we go.
So, iveco stands for Industrial Vehicles Corporation, and they are based
Turn right.
in Turin, Italy.
Turn right.
In the 1970s, they did merge with Fiat, and also with the acquisitions and mergers and things, there have Maris Douche in the company as well. Now iveco did actually build one of the first turbo diesel engines available for a truck, and
straight on.
they're also the first to launch an engine with a variable turbine, and also the first common rail diesel engine. I believe that was for a truck. And that's just a brief few facts here about iveco. Now, let's say at the beginning, today's truck is the iveco strallis. This one's got 360 horsepower and a 12-speed gearbox. Now, this is the smallest iveco you can normally find in the quick jobs, but you can actually buy one that's got an even smaller engine. It's in fact iveco offer the smallest engine available in any trucks in the game of 310 horsepower. They are the cheapest trucks to buy, so they are ideal if you want to go on and as you know, buy garages and employ drivers. They're actually the cheapest truck available in the game, and to be honest with you, I can see why they're the cheapest. They are plasticky, they're horrible, they're very basic. Now this one has a very basic trim level of all the trucks available in the game. Things are now, this is one of the trucks that doesn't come with a GPS built in as standard unless you pay and get the more expensive level of trim. Engine wise, as I say, the range starts at 310 horsepower and they go up to 560 horsepower. Now iveco do have a few things going for them. They're fairly economical for what they are, and the tank size of them is comparable to any other truck that's on the 4x2 chassis, but what lets these down is if you go up to any other chassis than the 4x2 that this truck's available with. Now it does come with the full range of 6x2, 6x2 4s and a 6x4. So if you go bigger than a 4x2, the tank capacity can drop as low as 400 litres, which is the smallest tank capacity in the game. Now 400 litres doesn't really sound a lot, and it isn't, so the range on those isn't that brilliant, but bigger chassis on, you're just doing short haul jobs, they're fine, or employee trucks, they're fine for. Now gearboxes obviously to come with the Allison 6-speed with or without retarders. There's a ZF 12-speed with or without retarder, and then you get the 16-speed with or without retarder. Now they are very cheap in the game, so if you're looking to set up on a budget or you're on a budget, just stick with the 310. Now the 310s I would say they're alright with the lighter loads on, or if you're going in countries with flat. Now today's load is scrap metal 15 tons, which isn't too bad for a 360 engine, but if you struggle, you want good performance out of the 310 model, I would stick below 15-16 ton of that, but there's plenty of loads. Now cabin options available, there's basically 3 different cabin options. There's a low roof version, there's a mid roof and a high roof version. I've forgotten the exact names of them because I don't drive ivecos. Now other things, the mirrors are okay in the default seating position, but they do, as you see there, the window bars are quite thick on this truck, which will impact on when you're looking over your shoulder to actually reverse manoeuvre these trucks in place. Now are these any better, any worse than anything else? I probably guessed, I think they're worst. They're not the worst truck in the game, but I would put them in just about the bottom 3 of the worst trucks in the game, especially this model. As I say, it's cheap, but I do have an iveco highway to cover, which is another version of strallis, but a bit more newer than these. So your dash display, you get the miles what the truck's covered. It does display cruise control and the digital speedometer there. You obviously get what fuel distance approximately is remaining and how much fuel you've got in the tank left. Then you get the economy. Remember, as I said in the DAF video, I'm on realistic fuel economy, but we've got the distance in miles and the fuel economy to match that. Actually the figures what you see in there are actually miles per 100 litres, sorry, litres per 100 miles. Now 100 miles is actually 160 kilometres, so therefore if you're on normal default in the game it's litres per 100 kilometres, so that's why there's a bit of difference there. And then obviously you get your oil and your water temperature digital display, and then you go back to that. Now the dash layout is very basic. Obviously you've got your speedo there, you've got your rep counter. Now the rep counter isn't marked with a green band or etc. Now not all the trucks are anyway, but normally the green band on the truck is somewhere around between 1000 and 1500 RPM, which is 10 to 15 on these gauge. And then below the speedo, which is a bit bad to see, you get the outside temperature, and then below the rep counter
then turn right.
there's the current time it is in the game, and then you just got basic fuel gauge and temperature gauge. So these, in previous versions of the truck simulators that SCS has had a hand in developing, were known for a long time as the iveco, because obviously there wasn't a licensing and branding agreement there. Now you can go on UK Truck Simulator and drive an iveco in that, and you'll find the model and the
Keep left.
interior and things are exactly the same as in this truck, because it was one of the trucks that would have originally been launched with the game. Came out, and in fact I do believe, I don't know for sure when ETS first come out, if they were known as iveco then, or whether they had the licensing agreement in place, because as I say, I didn't have the earliest version, so tell you that really. So I think I'm not actually too sure, because I just played the game, I don't go into it in too in depth, but I think this may be one of the reworked areas of Germany that's in the game, but don't quote me, could be wrong, because I know they've done various different parts of Germany all over the map from where it used to be, which they're doing a very good job of it now. The things in and pro mods in the latest version 2.41 with their version of Germany, they have actually merged SCS's updates into them, as well as adding some of your own, but I won't be featuring pro mods in this series. I'm not planning to anyway. As usual, this game is stock standard. Obviously I made my own preferences on the control settings and things like that, and in the gameplay, but that is what you see is what you get. So fuel economy.
Keep right, and then turn right.
So at the moment this is averaging 43.1 litres per 100 miles, which is actually quite good fuel consumption. Well, just a quick note. So, are these any better or any worse than, say, Renault Premium? Well, they say they both have the good points and the bad points. They are a smaller bodied and smaller frame truck in the game, so in case on the things with the Renault are actually, the Renault Premium are actually slightly better on some things. Now I know there is couple of mods available. I don't know if they're working in this version because it's a long time since I've actually used the iveco turbo special and some of the other mods
Keep right.
that you can actually
Then
get for this
turn
game,
right.
because I tend to just stick on a lot of the standard SCS trucks. So these trucks
Turn
do
right.
offer good value for when you establish the company you're setting up, or if you just want to just start up without actually taking a too big a loan out or earning too much. You can pick one of these up fairly cheaply with a 310 engine. Not really. I would rate these as a budget employee truck rather than a truck to start off with. So that would I start off with the engine that this iveco has in. I know this sounds contradicting myself from what I've just previous statement, but I wouldn't start with a 310 horsepower myself. But if you get one of these with the 360 engine in, yes, they are down a little bit on how much torque and things I have, but a 360 iveco strallis wouldn't be too bad to start yourself with. But as for the 310 engine, it's a bit weak. It'll get the jobs done, but then but with these you can risk like trying a few heavier loads with it. So we're nearly at our destination now, and I'll drop off. Result. Friends.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
We are arriving at Stokes.
Here we
No.
are, safe and sound.
I do have mine set to skill parking in the options, but obviously within the game, as you know, there's different options what you can select your parking difficulty with. I'm not editing these recordings in any way, so if I make a mistake or disasters do happen, you'll see them on the screen. Just unload the cargo now and see how well we did. Another excellent delivery, which is what you want to be aiming for each time you take a truck out. Now, to do 178 miles, it used 79.4 litres, which is actually very good if you work it out to being 4.55 litres, approximately to a gallon. So it's very good. So it's got up to level 4 now, and in the next episode I shall be featuring a different truck. So that's all for now, and thank you for watching, and bye, and I shall be back. Goodbye, 10-10, I'm down and gone. Please stay safe on them roads and don't have too many accidents. Goodbye.